It's 27th of July today. Three news stories. US and some other countries are trying to convince Ethiopian government to start talks with TPLF. Secondly, Djibouti has shown concern for ongoing fighting between Afar and Somali regions. Thirdly, I'll have a detailed update from all fronts where fighting is underway. I'll update you about Kobo, Valdia, Afar, and Debark. I have a video from Kobo. And reportedly, on Afar front, Tigray Defense Forces have retreated from three places. Let's have a look at the first news story. US is pressing Ethiopian government for talks with TPLF. Because 48 hours ago, I informed you about the presence of Jeffrey Feltman, US envoy to the Horn of Africa, in Addis Ababa. I had told you that Jeffrey Feltman and US aid officials had met members of MIND. MIND is an Ethiopian non-governmental organization. It has been working for inclusive political dialogue in Ethiopia. It has ties with Ethiopian government as well, viewers. Now we have not confirmation, but I would say that several sources are reporting that the US has conveyed a message to Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, that Ethiopian government should find a political solution to this crisis, and Ethiopian government should hold talks with Tigray People's Liberation Front. And reportedly, some Middle Eastern countries are also part of this initiative. When Jeffrey Feltman was appointed as the envoy to the Horn of Africa, he had said back then that he would like to involve Middle Eastern countries to find a solution to Tigray conflict. UAE might be helping the US in putting some pressure upon Ethiopian government to start talks with TPLF. So far, what we have learned is that Prime Minister of Ethiopia is not willing to hold talks with the TPLF. We saw that in November last year as well, because when African Union appointed three mediators to resolve Tigray conflict, Prime Minister of Ethiopia had rejected that mediation offer. Once again, he is being pressed by the US, the UAE, and some other countries to start talks with TPLF. So far, no positive response has been given by Prime Minister of Ethiopia. It is the right time for both the parties to start talks. Tigray Defense Forces are on the offensive. They have taken control of some areas inside Afar, inside Amhara. They have an advantage, a leverage. When talks start, they'll have a leverage. But this situation could reverse as well. So it's the right time for TDF to start talks. It's the right time for Ethiopian government as well to start talks, because now TDF are in control of just some areas inside Afar and Amhara. If TDF starts advancing and it takes control of major cities like Gondar, Lalibela, Ethiopian government's position will be further weakened. That is why it's the right time for both parties to start talks. Let's see what happens, but the US and some other countries are trying to make Ethiopian government start talks with TPLF. Second news story is about Somali Afar clashes. We have confirmation, viewers, that Somali regional government is openly accusing Afar regional government and Ethiopian National Defense Forces of backing a group called Yuguguma, which is an Afar militia. Somali regional government is saying that Yuguguma is backed by Afar regional government. Ethiopian National Defense Forces. That is why this group attacked Garba SA and other towns inside Somali region, and hundreds have been killed. Viewers, number of casualties is very high, especially on Somali side. Road still blocked, viewers. Ethiopia Djibouti road is still blocked because hundreds have been killed on Somali side. Djibouti is also very concerned. We have seen statements from Djibouti's Minister of Economy and other ministers. They are calling for calm because this conflict could spread into Djibouti. There is presence of both Afar and Isa groups in Djibouti. That is why Djibouti officials are calling for calm in both regions, Afar and Somali. So at a critical time when when TDF fighters are inside Afar, clashes between Somali and Afar militias are underway. Now its last news story is about update from all fronts. I'll have a look at all fronts where TDF are operating one by one. Firstly, it's Kobo. Though TDF took control of Kobo almost 72 hours ago, but Amhara news sources, some news sources kept on denying. We saw a picture of a TDF soldier with a signboard showing Kobo in the background, but the picture was not accepted. It was said that the picture was photoshopped. Now we have a video. A journalist has done a video from Kobo. Watch this video, then we'll move to other fronts.
አሁን ላይ የትግራይ ሰራዊት እያደረገው ባለው ሰፊ ዘመቻ የቆቦ ከተማን ተቆጣጥሮ ወደፊት ግስጋሴውን ቀጥሏል። በተለይም እነዚህ የትግራይ ህዝብ ላይ በርካታ ግፍና መከራ ያደረሱ አካላት ለህግ ተጠያቂ እስኪሆኑ ድረስ ግስጋሴው ይቀጥላል። ቆቦ ከተማን ተሻግሮ ሌሎች አካባቢ
So Kobo is now confirmed to be under the control of Tigray Defense Forces. What about Waldia? Waldia has not been taken by TDF so far, viewers. Reportedly, Tigray Defense Forces are around 25 kilometers away from Waldia. Their advance from Kobo Robit towards Waldia is underway. They haven't reached Waldia, but people inside Waldia can hear the sound of war. They can hear the sound of gunfire, sound of artillery shell firing in Waldia. So in coming hours, we might see Tigray Defense Forces getting close to Waldia city. Our third front is Dibak. I read a video on that just a few hours ago. Dibak, though TDF backed news source yesterday claimed that Dibak had been taken by TDF. But so far, TDF soldiers have not entered Dibak city. We haven't seen any visual confirmation so far. But TDF are reportedly in control of the strategic road which connects Zarima with Dibak. And in mountains around the road leading to Dibak from Zarima, fighting is underway. TDF are in a strong position. They believe they can easily capture Dibak. But so far, we have no visual evidence showing that TDF are inside Dibak. Lastly, Tigray Defense Forces have retreated from some places on Afar front. TDF were in control of 4 waredas in Zone 4 of Afar region: Yellow, Golina, Ora and Ova. From Ova, they were trying to advance towards Shifra. But in Ova, reportedly, they have retreated from 3 places: Bilu, Aksoma and Rog Dili. Afar Special Forces, Ethiopian National Defense Forces are claiming that TDF have retreated from these 3 places: Bilu, Aksoma and Rog Dili. And TDF's advance towards Shifra from Ova Wareda has been checked by Afar Special Forces and Ethiopian National Defense Forces. Thank you for watching.